Tuesday, and with it, the more chances of rainfall coming back our direction. Going to be seeing more potential for some rainfall over the next couple of days. No severe weather and no winter weather, with one minor exception on that. We'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onig with your latest edition of News 12's Weather Overtime. This is our online video weather blog. If you'd like to pick up more weather information, all you have to do is just go to wdef.com/weather. Next several days, we'll be seeing more soggy conditions, but changing into the weekend, looking pretty good as we go toward Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and chances of rain pretty limited after that as we go through the weekend. Currently seeing again the potential for some more showers out there. Next couple of days will cool off by a little bit as that front gets a little bit closer to us. That's giving us the potential of winter weather back to northwestern parts of the viewing area between us and Nashville. More on that in just a little bit. Temperatures a little bit milder than what they should be at this time of the year. A third of an inch of rainfall on the second to last day of January, which means we are just ahead for the month and the year where it comes to precipitation, so not doing too bad on that. And we'll continue again to see the potential for some more rainfall in the next few days. So it looks like February and the rest of 2023 getting off to a decent soggy note so far. Thanks to Tanya Newby for a beautiful view of a rainbow from Dunlap, Tennessee. Thank you very much. That's our West Shore Home weather window picture of the day for Tuesday. If you got pictures, please send them in. Pictures at WDEF.com or on Facebook.com/WDEF News 12. We are currently on the southern side of the front, and again, the very cold air is back this direction. Meanwhile, we're continuing to see some very mild conditions back on this side of the front, which means that as this front begins to slowly work its way a little bit further to the south and to the east, we'll see some cooler temperatures, but we won't see too much in the way of major problems just yet. Wet roadways and the potential of some more rain showers coming on through. The big problem is going on back to our west, to where we see moisture from the Pacific making its way in and over the top of this very cold air, and that's where they're having a lot of problems around Dallas, Fort Worth, down into Texas, the Arklatex area, looking at a lot of problems with travel so far this morning into this afternoon. So if you're traveling west of the Mississippi River, even to the west of Nashville, could be some problems out there for traveling. The worst of the worst is, again, what we're seeing in the ice storm warning area from Fort Smith, Arkansas, Little Rock back to around Memphis, and just to the west of the Nashville area. That's where an ice storm warning remains in effect. We also have some winter storm warnings taking place as well in various locations, and that goes all the way down into parts of Texas. A very big mess from the Rio Grande to the Red and all the way up into the Arklatex area. We continue again to see, for us, not much of anything going on right now. We do have a winter weather advisory for Grundy County in Tennessee. That is the only county in the News 12 viewing area that is currently under any winter weather advisory. These are issued for sort of a cover-all for numerous types of winter weather and precipitation. So for right now, this particular area is looking for the potential of freezing rain, and that could be up to around a fifth of an inch, and that's more than enough to cause some problems on the roadway. So if you're planning on traveling anywhere between, say, Chattanooga, Mont Eagle, and all the way back up to Nashville, we could be looking at some slick travel conditions tonight and into very early tomorrow morning. So please keep that in mind if you are going to be traveling. Again, Grundy County, Tennessee, so far the only county listed at this time in the winter weather advisory. If anything changes on that, we will let you know. Timing things out going into the next 48 hours, we'll see the chances of sprinkles remain around the area, so the kids might need some rain protection on the way home from school, but it looks to be more spotty, haphazard than anything else. Then late tonight, overnight, more chances of rainfall. Notice the pink colors back toward the Cumberland Plateau. That's rain mixed with or changing over to some form of frozen precipitation. And notice it's right along the Cumberland line area. That's where we're going to continue to see the best possibility of any frozen precipitation. And in the higher elevations, say 2,500 feet plus is going to be the best of the best, and that's going to go right on into overnight as we see the temperatures in those areas very much on the chilly side, below freezing in Nashville, very close to freezing back down toward Huntsville, but for much of the river valley should be just below the area of the 40s, maybe into the upper 30s. Not looking at a big dip in the temperatures, but it will be chilly enough. Then we dry out. Bus stop time on Wednesday, mid to upper 30s. Could be some lower 30s to mid to upper 20s, and that'll keep some of the stuff that fell last night frozen on the roadway surfaces, especially bridges and overpasses. Will dry out for most of Wednesday. Temperatures will be a little cooler, mid to upper 40s, and then more chances of rain start to come back in late Wednesday afternoon into evening, and that continues into overnight. It looks like it's going to be a soggy start to the school day on Thursday for a lot of kids getting out and about, so that could be a bit of a problem. Making certain you have enough time to get to where you're going. Don't be in a rush on these wet roadways. Could be some fog thrown in there as well. Chances of rain continue to be greatest in the south central and southeastern United States over the next several days, and that looks to be about the target zone for the heaviest rain south and east of Dallas over toward north of New Orleans. Now off the east coast there's a pretty good chance of a stationary front getting stuck and developing a lot of rainfall, but it's off the coast, so it doesn't look to be a threat to the Carolinas or any part of the News 12 viewing area, but we will see spotty areas of heavier amounts of rainfall out there, and that means we could see the potential from Thursday into Friday of maybe some marginal potential of flash flooding. It's not a huge thing, but it is on the maps and something we need to pay attention to out there. Next several days, cooling off, mid to upper 40s for highs, and again, that's just below normal, so a little cooler than what we've seen for this time of the year. We'll be clearing out, and the temperatures will correspondingly be a little colder going into Friday and Saturday morning. Looking toward, again, the day of the groundhog coming up, a lot of rain showers, so good possibility Punxsutawney Phil will not see his shadow or any of his brethren out there. And don't forget about a true weather holiday, National Weather Person's Day, that's coming up on Sunday next. Temperatures very much on the mild side, back in the mid-50s, and by Monday, that's also our next chance of rainfall. Temperatures will be back into the lower 60s out there. And don't forget that fog could be an issue. Doesn't look like a huge potential problem, but according to the latest forecast, by early Wednesday morning, we could see some visibilities down below about 2.5 miles in some locations. So please keep that in mind and keep it tuned to News 12. We'll have the update on that. If you'd like to have one of our weather personnel come visit your school, please let us know. Go to wdef.com/weather and click on Weather in the Classroom to request a visit from us. And all of this information, including about how to program your weather radio, climate information, neat science links, all kinds of cool stuff available on the interwebs. Find me on social media. I'm out there someplace. You can find me, and we'll be bringing you tons of unique and interesting information that we stumble across from time to time. Any questions, concerns, anything that you'd like to know about this blog or something you'd like to see on here on a regular basis, please drop me a line at aonic@wdef.com. And again, more information about the forecast, visit our website for the main weather segment, wdef.com/weather for more information there. Chip Chapman remains on forecast vacation for the rest of the week. Patrick Core, Chief Meteorologist Emeritus, will be here for the evening shows tonight, so stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for much more with News 12 on air and online. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onek. Thanks for joining us for the Tuesday edition of News 12's Weather Blog Weather Overtime, and stick around for a lot more with News 12 throughout the rest of the day and the rest of the week.